Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here today. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a quick look at KuCoin, see what's going on with there. And we don't really need to look much at Bitcoin, except just to kind of see what that pattern looks like. You can see that there's a consistent up and down between 56 and 58, 59,000. So it's trying to break, but is having trouble. But the more often you test a resistance level, the more likely it is to break. So I think it's just a matter of time before Bitcoin breaks to the upside. But for right now, you can see the price is kind of consolidating right around the 50-day simple moving average. And that looks like 56,000 should be consistent in a support. At least it has proven very well in the past. We shouldn't expect to see this leg down anymore. That's just my speculation. I think we're looking mostly bullish for Bitcoin on the short term. It's not going to be strong bullish. It's not going to shoot to the moon tomorrow, but I think within the next week or two, we'll definitely see 60,000 broken, and we're in good shape there. Now, the reason why I wanted to mention that is because KuCoin is exuding very similar behavior, and we need to identify that. Also, if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day as per usual, and just want you to know I love teaching people how to trade. That's my goal. That's my passion. I've been trading for over 15 years. And I have a trading community designed for that purpose. Check that out in your own time. I have limited slots available daily just so we can, make sure everyone's taken care of. But we do have that as a potential option if you're interested. That being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the one-day chart and work our way down so we know exactly what's going on with KuCoin. Because it obviously had a rise to fame, right? It had a very, very strong increase. And if you look at that, we had a state of exhaustion right here at the current support level, about 66 cents, and the price continued upwards, right? So really at this point, it makes perfect sense as to why the price is consolidating, and now it's synonymous with Bitcoin because it rose too fast. A lot of other gaming coins right now are experiencing the same thing because they're at an exhaustive state. The coins that are taking off are some of the coins that are much lower in general, that have like a lower baseline effectively, but really still good fundamentals. Luna's a good one there, where that was just, it was ready to take off because it wasn't overextended. Overextended coins right now are not, they're having difficulty re-extending, if you will, because they were out for too long. Hopefully that makes sense, but that's kind of the concept there, the psychology between why KuCoin is appearing to suffer. It's really not, though. If you see how strong and how well it's holding right here between 66 and 69 cents, it's doing very well considering, because most other coins, some of the other ones that are extremely overextended, like Gala, I think it was, they're tapering off based on the simple fact that they have this overextension, right? KuCoin overextended, but it has strong fundamentals and is holding in place. So we probably got a large amount of volume accumulation here as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let's look in the last 2 weeks of trading. Obviously, there's a tremendous amount of volume right where the price action is at, about 71 cents. So the most amount of volume at 71 cents in the last 10 trading days. Okay, so good stuff there. Now let's go and take a look at the 4-hour chart and see what's going on here. And we can see that it did have a breakout, right? It was trying to break out, but Bitcoin was also breaking out. Okay, so Bitcoin essentially broke out right here, and so did KuCoin. In fact, let's see if I can show this to you. There's a breakout from Bitcoin. Same thing from KuCoin. KuCoin falls down because Bitcoin fell down, right? So we need to understand that. That's important to know. That's why I feel that, KuCoin is essentially going to continue to progress upwards in the near future, just based on the simple fact that Bitcoin, I speculate, will also do so, right? Because again, Bitcoin's accumulating a lot of volume right at 56,000, and I think that's important. That's going to be working as a strong support level. So ultimately, that's the reason why I'm still bullish on KuCoin, is because it's mimicking Bitcoin for the moment, yes, but once it consolidates a little further, it'll be in good shape to be able to break that. Also note here, we did have trouble breaking the 4-hour 50-day simple moving average for KuCoin. I'm not super concerned about that, because once that comes down below the price action, we'll have that as a support level soon. And then let's go ahead and take a look here at TD sequential. We're at a 6 right now, so we shouldn't expect to see much more momentum to the downside, because as you can see, last time it hit a 9, it went right back up. Okay, because KuCoin is really good about hitting that state of exhaustion in this consolidation phase and bouncing back and recovering. So if we see just say 3 more 4-hour candlesticks, so 12 more hours, if we see that more, and we're going to see a reset and it'll turn around from there, right? That's essentially what I'm expecting if that happens. And I don't speculate that's going to occur, because I do feel that Bitcoin's going to eventually soon take off. Okay. So looking at the 1-hour chart, let's quickly identify this here. We're basically all bearish in that sense. In other words, the lagging span is lagging behind, and we have the price, the baseline, above the conversion line. That's basically just that's a bearish signal. Also note too here that this price is planning to come right here and hit the price action here in the next, just say, it looks like probably I'd say 12 to 24 hours. And that's a good sign because that's the inverse of taking a position. That's when you want to close a short position. So the good news here is that we have an indication on the Ishimoku cloud letting us know that we should sell our short position soon, right? So that there's that as well. And that's what leads me to believe we're going to see a reversal and a turnaround because we have very similar behavior on Bitcoin. But truth be told, with all the world events happening right now, Bitcoin with like the COVID variant and all that crap, it's affecting things adversely right now. So just know that that's unfortunately the case. And until that kind of smooths out, Bitcoin is going to be slightly stunted for the moment. Okay. Now, ultimately, what else we want to look at here would be, I guess, better case scenario. To me personally, the best case scenario would be for KuCoin to be somewhere in the range of, I would say, 76 to 80 cents in the next 24 hours. I don't think we're going to see it just come up and test 83 cents right away. I originally thought that it would back here when it recovered, but then all this crazy world news stuff happened, and this whole week's just been a mess, right? So for the most part, what I've been doing to help ensure we don't get stopped out as a community is lowering the stop loss. Of course, we want more wiggle room here, but furthermore, adding to the positions as the price comes down and ensuring that we're dollar cost averaging. It's an important thing to do because this does look like it's preparing to ramp up again, and I do feel like it's going to get there eventually soon. Okay. Again, I wouldn't expect great things in the next 24 hours, but once we hit that state of exhaustion on TD sequential, which should occur in the next 12 hours, we should be able to expect to see the price continue to progress upwards, again, concurrent with Bitcoin. So I would just, if I were you, I would just pay attention to how Bitcoin's behaving, set some alerts at 56, 58,000, and maybe consider buying the dips and selling the tops, right? That's essentially what a lot of people are doing right now, and it's a good thing to do. I'm not bothering with it personally, just based on the fact that some of my signals I don't want to overwhelm and take too many signals, but I think eventually I'll probably have some type of scalping trade signals for that eventually as like a secondary option for folks that want it. For now, we'll just stick with what we got, but I'm just summarizing here. KuCoin's in good shape. You don't need to overthink it or worry. Yes, it's frustrating that it's not doing what it's supposed to or what we feel it should, but it's all based on Bitcoin, and until KuCoin can become independent of Bitcoin once more, we're going to continue to see this kind of behavior. But again, I speculate based on the 50-day SIP moving average on the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin, we will see a recovery to 60,000 plus in the next week or two tops. That's my speculation. I'm preparing for all that. I'm adding to most of my positions, and I'm essentially opening a lot of positions for Bitcoin and Ethereum to ensure we can maximize our potential there, especially between 56 and 60. I think there's great opportunities. All right. Well, I hope you found benefit, of course. Sorry to keep rambling on. We'll go ahead and keep this brief here. We're going to jump into KuCoin again tomorrow. We'll take another look, and we'll see where we go from there. But I would just say dollar cost average is probably the best takeaway here if you have the opportunity. If not, just make sure your stop losses are far enough away so you don't get stopped out in case Bitcoin decides to just do one last dump. Okay, that can definitely happen. Don't expect it to happen, but it could, right? You always got to prepare for the worst and hope for the best, right? All right, thanks again for your time. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you.